My question is, I suffer from a severe blood clot disorder, and I just recently suffered a major hemorrhage, and I'm on the drug Coumadin, and I'm supposed to have my blood checked, which is called proton check, either every 2 weeks to 1 month. However, my doctor has not checked those since August, and the doctors that cared for me over the past few weeks were just, aghast at that my blood had not been monitored, and again, I suffered a massive hemorrhage because of it. Would my primary doctor that did not do the necessary test, could they be held responsible for any of my medical bills due to the situation that was caused due to them not doing the proper testing?
Good question.
So what do you think, Nate?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Go
ahead.
Nate.
Well, I was going to take it from the Coumadin angle.
Right.
So why don't you take it from the med mal
From the
angle?
malpractice angle. The caller wants to know whether or not he can actually hold his doctor responsible for not doing the proper testing, which led to his stroke and or to his bleed. So the answer to that question is yes, potentially. Hopefully, and this is hopefully, you haven't been injured as badly as you could have been injured. In other words, you had this bleed, but they were able to stop the damage from compounding on itself. So if that's the case, in Alabama, it's very expensive to proceed with one of those cases, one of those medical negligence cases. You have to hire experts. So it's one of those things where hopefully you haven't been injured badly enough to have a case. But if you have been, something like that, if they've fallen below the medical standard of care and they've caused injury to you and they've caused you to have medical expenses, you've now missed work, you've suffered from it, then yes, you can have a medical negligence claim against the doctor. Now, Nate, if you want to talk about the drug aspect of it,
sure.
There could be another component of this.
Yeah, there could be. Unfortunately, with a drug like Coumadin, which is sort of the tried and true blood thinner, more likely than not, the risk of having a bleed, a hemorrhage, as well as the risk of having a stroke or a blood clot if you don't take it, are well established in the package inserts and the literature. So probably known risk issues.
So real quick, talk about, you're handling some IVC filter cases.
Sure.
Will you explain, because I know there are people have seen these advertisements about IVC filters, and it falls right into this same line of questioning that the caller was talking about.
Yeah, it does. So Steve was talking about one of the traditional methods to prevent blood clots being a blood thinner. Some folks can't take blood thinners. They don't respond to them, or they just don't work. Mm-hmm. In some cases, those people get an IVC filter, which is a filter that is put in through the leg or through the neck, and it's meant to prevent blood clots from the lower half of the body from passing into our heart or our lungs. And that's a good thing, and some of these products are made okay. Some of them are not, and are likely to fracture and migrate and even travel into the heart and kill folks. We've seen that. We've had some cases like that. And so the key here is follow your doctor's advice, do your due diligence, and if you don't need the device anymore, if say you were having an orthopedic surgery that put you at risk for a blood clot, and now your risk has subsided, you don't need it anymore, get the thing pulled out.
And that is one of the problems with some of these devices, is that they try to pull them out, but they can't.
Yeah,
which is causing some problems.
That's right. They can get stuck, and they do get stuck if you're not on top of it, and they're in there for a long time. They basically become a part of you. Then they're all risk and really no benefit, and nobody wants that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Very
Okay.
good.